Pheasants are gorgeous game birds that feature beautiful plumage and long, powerful legs. There are an estimated 49 pheasant species, but the common pheasant, the golden pheasant, the Reeves's pheasant, and the silver pheasant are some of the most well-known types. The pheasant bird comes from Asia, and it was brought to the United States during the 1880s. Pheasants are able to fly, but they're clumsy at it and prefer to be on the ground. It is the state bird of South Dakota. Pheasant birds don't like to fly. The bird species has a long gorgeous tail. Golden pheasants are brightly colored and stunning. Pheasant birds bathe in dust. Pheasants taste like chicken but have a slightly sweeter flavor. Male and female pheasants look very different. Male birds, which are also called cocks and roosters, feature vibrant red masks across their faces. Their faces are surrounded by shimmery green feathers located on the sides of their heads. Females are generally unadorned and are typically a plain buff shade of brown. The basic coloring of females keeps them more camouflaged from predators. Both males and females have long, pointed tails. The tail of the bird is often half of the bird's total length. When a pheasant believes itself to be in danger, it will emit a coarse croaking noise. The birds also have strong leg muscles that help them run away from predators. An adult pheasant bird measures around 21 inches to 34 inches in length. The birds have a wingspan that ranges from 28 inches to 34 inches, and they weigh from 2 pounds to 3 pounds. When it comes to traveling from place to place, these birds prefer to walk or run. They're not slow. In fact, the birds can run up to 10 miles an hour. If you should startle one, it may erupt from its hiding place and fly into the air at a speed of up to 50 miles an hour. The golden pheasant, which is also called the Chinese pheasant, is a stunning bird. Like common pheasants, males and females are different in appearance. Males are from 35 to 41 inches long with their tails making up more than half of a bird's total length. Females are a bit smaller than the males. They range in size from 23 to 31 inches long. The tail of a female is about half of her length. The wingspan of this type of pheasant is around 27 inches. This type of pheasant weighs about 1 pound. Roosters feature bright coloring that includes a golden comb tinged with red. This coloring starts at the tip of their heads and along their necks. The bird has a bright red undercoating, a light brown, long banded tail, and dark wings. Their lower back is golden, and their upper back is green. Males have bright yellow eyes. Their throat, face, and chin are rust-colored while their wattles, skin, beak, legs, and feet are yellow. Females are not as brightly colored. The females have speckled brown feathers as well as light brown faces, breasts, throats, and wings. Their feet are a light yellow. Also, female golden pheasants are less fluffy than the males are. That dogs do to expel any extra body heat. As with other creatures including people, these birds don't like being out in the bad weather. Instead of going out, the birds will remain in their roosts for days at a time without eating. These birds don't migrate. You might find the birds hanging out alone or in small groups. Males can be aggressive when they're establishing breeding territories. To eliminate dirt, oil, dead skin cells, and old feathers, they will give themselves dust baths. These birds live in a wide range of habitats ranging from sea level to mountain areas that are 11,000 feet high. The birds reside in grasslands, deserts and forests. Despite being adaptable to diverse habitats, the birds prefer certain kinds of environments for particular activities. For instance, in the spring and summer, they roost in dense shrubs and trees. When fall arrives, the birds move to farm fields, forested wetlands and weedy places. Early season nesting causes the birds to look for shelter along fence lines, ditches, and grassy roadsides. As vegetation starts to grow denser and taller in the spring, pheasants move their nesting activities to alfalfa fields and hayfields. These birds nest on the ground, but at night, the birds roost in tree branches. The golden pheasant is native to the mountain areas of western and central China. People introduced this type of pheasant to the UK about 100 years ago. The diet of the ring-necked pheasant varies with the seasons. During the winter, the birds eat roots, berries, grains, and seeds. When summer arrives, they chow down on insects, spiders, and fresh green shoots. If they're being raised for food or sport, then it takes about 100 pounds of feed, which is about as heavy as a kangaroo, to sustain 50 chicks for 6 weeks. This amount is an estimated 2 pounds of feed for each bird during the first 6 weeks. As the birds reach 6 weeks to 20 weeks of age, each bird will need to eat about 1 pound of feed every week. While pheasants may eat earthworms in the wild, don't give your birds worms if you're raising pheasants. Worms can be a health risk because they may transmit the eggs of a number of harmful parasites. Animals that prey on young pheasants include owls, foxes and hawks, while skunks and raccoons like to feed on pheasant eggs. Owls and hawks are able to target the birds easily during the winter because the snow decreases a pheasant's ability to hide. While pheasants are not currently at risk of becoming extinct, the bird populations are decreasing from habitat losses and excess human hunting. In fact, in their natural habitats, hunters have caused the birds to come close to extinction. People are responsible for habitat destruction and egg collecting. Pheasants are also at risk from avian influenza, which is a disease that affects domestic birds and those in the wild. When a bird becomes infected with the disease, they can spread it to others from their saliva, feces and nasal secretions.